It was rivalry week in the MLS this past weekend, and it certainly did not disappoint. So let's get right to the week's headlines with 90Min's 90-second MLS report. We start in Montreal with the Canadian Classique as Toronto and Montreal battled it out for the second time in a week. And for the second time in a week, the same team prevailed. Things are not going well in Toronto right now. The Blue Jays are clinging to the wild card spot. The Maple Leafs are out of the playoffs after almost getting swept. And now, this. Montreal held their opponents scoreless en route to a 2-0 victory at home, marking their sixth straight win in all competitions. It is also the first time in Montreal history that the side has had 4 straight clean sheet victories in MLS play. They now sit in 7th in the East. Crazy for a team who couldn't stop leaking goals or buy a win in the first 7 games of the season. Now from one Eastern Conference team who was struggling to 2 sides who are struggling. Both the Red Bulls and Chicago fired their head coaches last week in the midst of tough stretches in MLS play, hoping for a spark to help their teams get back on track. And well, they got exactly what they wanted. Both Chicago and the Red Bulls won their first MLS matches under new head coaches, both against rivals St. Louis and NYCFC respectively. And finally, we skip over to Atlanta, who's struggling of late but still holds 4th in the East as they welcomed an old friend to town. After 3 straight losses in all competitions, Atlanta was hoping a visit from rival Charlotte would go about the same as it did the last time these two teams met. But they got quite the opposite as former Atlanta player Justin Meram got on the score sheet for the first time in a Charlotte FC jersey before adding his second of the day in the second half. The loss is now Atlanta's 4th in a row, their longest losing streak since the COVID-shortened season where the team lost the only 4 games it played from March 11th to July 21st. And there you have it. As always, make sure to leave your top storyline of the week in the comments below. And check out our podcast, The Real Football Show, and all our social channels for more on the past week in the MLS.